They actually called the meeting here at 12:55.
Okay, good. Is Becky out of town?
Yes, I think on Facebook, it looks like I forgot where.
Okay.
So, and you received the minutes of.
Yes, well done, Becky.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, okay. Yeah, please, anybody who sees corrections, let me know. But too late now, I think they've been submitted. We have to vote on to approve them?
Yes.
We're not too cheap to have a yes, no work. I get frustrated when I go places that do not have a yes, no.
Okay, if y'all need something to talk.
Thank
Thank you. Okay, so somebody needs to move to approve the minutes? Okay, so, all right. Okay,
And, next on the agenda, we're going to review and update, and get updates on the 2024 projects. Okay, first, the Evergreen and Rock area. Yes. So, thank you, Debbie and Jim, for cleaning that rock off, and Don for trying to.
Oh, I'm good. It's that.
It is like concrete.
There is no soul.
No,
It's
there
all
isn't.
gone. I've got to get Jerry, I keep begging him to bring me more of that mulch. We can get it built up, but
well, now, don't make it humongous, just right around the rock. Don't try and do that whole area.
okay.
Was that your plan, was to do the whole area? Or
If we possibly could, I mean, we could put it back in grass, I mean, the grass is not doing very well over here, but no, I've already drilled, 4 good holes over behind the fire hydrant on the other side, and I've got 4 nice, 10-gallon hydrangeas that I can put in with there. If you guys will bless off on that, that would be on the rescue side. And then over around the big rock, I drilled some holes, but I broke my bit drilling, but I mean, it's repairable. I've got 2 more, so I can keep working. But I'm gonna go down there with I've got a rock grapple and actually plow out some of the rocks. And then I've got some white flags over against the tree line over there that I was gonna put something in. I've got some blue spruce that they're small, but we could do blue spruce, we could do more hydrangeas, we could do, I've got some green giant arborvitae, but they're small, but it would ultimately be
that's a tree.
totally
Yeah.
privacy. Well, I'm talking about on the tree line,
Yeah.
if you go to where they cleared back, going toward your house, go all the way over to the backside. And maybe we'll have anything. I don't know.
Well, let's throw out, if they truly are going to expand the road, we'll, measure 9 to 18 feet across, 9 feet from.
So they're gonna expand the road? I didn't know
Well, it's being considered, that, I know it's being talked about.
that.
I don't know if it's in the budget right now, because of 441 being widened. Everybody is assuming that people will be using that way to come in, because they don't want to go down 441. For, I don't know, 5 months, I don't know how long it will take.
Oh, longer than that.
Like 5
They're
years.
doing it in sections.
Yeah.
So this time, they're going to the state line to,
Downtown Village. Like
no, further, where it's to the light.
Raven Gap, the Raven Gap post office.
Carry, we all turn like.
Kelly Creek.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Now, of course, we know that they can change things along. So my concern is, if we are planning things, let's make certain they're further enough back, if in fact they do, which I think they will, to be honest with you, because the communities will
If
want
they're
it.
right in the road, they'll have to get that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just throwing that out there. It's like I said, there's no
Yeah.
money been budgeted for it, but I heard that in the conversation.
So you think that rock will be gone possibly and be pushed
If they
back?
light on that road, or unless they go further out rescue, and then that's gonna be taking out that fire hydrant there. I guess they could go, but it
Yeah,
would
they
be
won't
an
take out-
even sharper turn to the left. If they go that way, it'd be even sharper turn to the left.
And then you have a right of way too.
Yeah.
To consider, which is usually what, 4 feet, 6 feet.
That's what we think Lindsay is there.
Right, and you're right, and, yeah, but I just don't want us to put anything that's gonna be difficult to relocate. You know, all we're doing is improving the property. You mean, and,
But then I feel with that possibly in the future that we really do a limited planting around the rock area. And we put the cherry tree back enough
yes, yes.
Yeah.
to where it still would be attractive. And I, nothing high because you never want to block the view.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, people are.
Because if you're coming down,
I think we
you're
need-
looking ahead.
Do we need to push that cherry tree back a little further than where you marked it, take it back toward the wood line?
I
Okay.
think so.
And it was
As long as
so-
it just gets good.
I mean, the
sun.
further we get
Sun,
that way, probably the better the soils are going to be,
yeah. Okay.
because they got less hauled off or scraped out, whatever.
For sure. Yeah, no topsoil left in there at all.
There's no topsoil.
Yeah, it's like concrete. Yeah. Oh, my. Then, let's talk about the pickleball area.
Well, before we leave that, what do you want done? How big an area around the rock do you want planted? What do you want planted?
Do you still have your marigolds?
Oh, I got, I started another 16 flats this week, so we're gonna have, and it's 21 flats, so that is that. 21 times 16, somebody do some math.
Where do you keep them?
Warehouse.
Oh, cool.
210 plus, 120 is 330.
So
That's-
336.
That's plenty of it.
They last
All of those will live and survive and, but we'll have a lot of marigolds for wherever you want to go.
I would think we'd put marigolds there because they're so hardy.
Yeah.
That's.
They're hardy, they're deer resistant. I
Yes.
mean, that's the deer are the main reason I grow the marigolds, is they don't tend to bother them like they do everything
Well, a lot
else.
of folks don't like marigolds, so. Gotta be in there. Sorry, I think.
What color is the orangey and
They're
yellow?
gonna be
I like orange, yeah.
I can get some yellows if you want some
Yeah,
yellows.
orange and burgundy, that's
Orange,
orange.
yeah.
So we're gonna do the cherry tree farther back.
A little bit further back. What do you think? Another 5 feet from where you got it, Cheryl? Push it further to the wood line. Do you want anything along that wood line? Any kind of shrub?
I don't think until we figure out the construction.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
because we don't know how far they'll take that back, and if we were to put those arborvitae in there, they can get huge.
Oh, yeah.
And
Those-
so,
Those green giants are just
Sideline.
deer.
So this year we just do a limited planting.
Yeah.
And then we'll know in a year or even sooner what is gonna happen. There, next year.
Where you at, 10 feet around the rock?
I don't think
Look
that,
into these, well, from here to her would be 12 feet, it's a 6 foot table. This is a 6 foot table, that's a 5 foot table. So that would
That is a
be, that'd be
gracious.
11 feet.
I'm thinking like what's at the big rock is more like 3 to 4 feet.
Okay,
that's what I think.
and do you want anything other than those miracles?
Do you want anything to anchor it?
I'm thinking also, the marigolds are more for summer,
Yeah.
spring to summer, maybe pansies in the winter, because it would be all winter, if we get the big ones. But we got, do the deer
Put in
spring.
all the pansies you want down there, maybe the deer will go down from my house to eat
I
those
was gonna
pansies.
say,
They won't make it
They
through one
love-
night.
yeah, they will not, yes,
Yeah.
because
our pansies and annuals.
Do you think they're
Yes.
winter? Okay, so we could anchor, like.
Either side, backside of
Yeah.
either.
Azaleas, maybe some azaleas.
Okay. I got a few, Japanese hollies, kind of a boxwood looking plant.
I love
Got some of those that would work. If what you're talking about where the rock goes back down into the ground as an anchor. Let me get the
Where your
soil.
grass is.
Let me work a little bit and see what we got to work with. Soils wise and rock wise and. Now, Deb, I like your little sculpture, But if I
doesn't
dig
have
up
to
a bunch
stay.
of bigger rocks, do you want bigger rocks?
No,
You don't want anything.
I don't think we need to build.
You don't want to stack? Well, I saw you did stack those, so I thought.
Oh, well, Jim did the
Because
little
we're gonna-
stack and then other people have added to
And
it.
they do, people love doing that.
We're
Yeah.
gonna dig up some
The
big
little
rocks.
Karens.
We're gonna dig up some big rocks that could make a bigger one.
Oh, okay, well,
If you wanted to stack them. But now the other thing too is you start stacking the big ones and you get kids climbing on them.
Uh-huh.
They could topple over.
yeah,
So,
yeah, because I see kids climbing on the ones by the lodge and, yeah,
maybe I just need to liberate you a bunch of little ones and have that could be a community thing. for
Yeah.
People to just stop by and stack rocks.
yeah, or sign them and, you know.
I tell you what, for now, whatever I dig up, we'll put up on top of the big rock. And then whatever, if you guys want to keep some of them, if not, we can haul them away.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, you're amazed how many people walk down there that you don't even think. But they love doing those little Karens. Okay, so, we're good on Evergreen.
So we're gonna get about 6 to 8 feet around the rock. And then we'll look at, once I get it tilled up and that mulch in it, see if we get some soil built up. We know we want some marigolds, and then we can look at some other stuff. I've got some white hours that would probably be, see, I mean, it's not really long lasting bloom like a marigold is, but you can have, for a few weeks.
It's fun to look forward to them.
And the deer don't. The deer don't.
No, they don't, they do not.
Okay,
And,
next place.
yeah, we'll then go down by the post office and pickleball court. And as you can see, as things start greening up, the benches look this fun. Like, I don't think there's anything else we need to do there. Pickleball and the pavilion, Debbie, you have some drawings for us.
The first thing we started with was the pavilion. Okay, and it was just a rough picture, you can see. And I was trying to, and I thought, okay, we've already talked about the grass at either end of the main frame. And then we have our trees out front, which are our little bushes, and they all look good. And
You're talking about this juniper all the way to the road.
yes,
Okay.
yes, sorry, that's true.
Okay.
That was. But I didn't know how much more we could put, because didn't Sharon say something that they're going to have like,
Activity.
yes, activities there, so I don't know how much more we could do. The grasses are the ones like at the post office, right?
No,
Much smaller, they're not gonna get any
Okay.
higher than this.
Okay.
probably.
And the
I mean,
color?
the grass blades will not get any higher than this when they put the blooms on, they might get up this high. So,
And Don, how many do you think would
depends on how big a
Be
clump
nice.
you want.
on the corner?
I mean, you want a bubble at each corner, or do you just want one clump of grass like she has drawn there?
Little bubble.
I agree, because to me, it still looks barren around.
Yeah,
the
you know what I'm
structure.
talking about, a bubble, it's just kind of come out,
Yeah, I would like to see that.
an arc of maybe 3 to 6 feet around that post.
Okay.
And then we could put some
They just-
grasses back there,
they
and
want
then if
the
you wanted
front.
some kind of,
Open as
Wow.
much as it can.
yeah,
We just-
but you're not gonna have anything down the front, the street face of the pavilion.
Right.
Just those corners landscape.
What I said options, grasses, which we all pretty much think would be, first of all, easy to maintain, and they're,
And they're durable,
And
people are
they're-
walking around on them, it's not.
then I put flowering bushes, but where would we do that? I don't know. And then add some annuals, and then, hanging baskets, like this one or something. But that, that's not feasible, because the work involved.
And that's what I was sort of saying, who's taking care of it? Who- the
Now,
baskets?
question mark, water.
Maybe daily care.
Who, yeah, right, the water, who maintains who waters things out there?
I go in the summer when we have a dry spell, and water the planters in front of the restrooms.
Okay,
So his grasses ought to be pretty
Oh, they're
self-sufficient.
gonna be very self.
and
So-
that's perfect.
And Mark will contact me
Okay,
if the annual seed plants need water there. And it's so easy there because you have the hose.
right, right,
Whatever.
36 foot public, okay.
I'm using that, more and stuff, you take turns.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I said, who, maintenance, who's responsible, that's Mark. Yeah, yeah, right, once we get it all placed, okay. Those were my questions, but I don't know what more we could do other than the grasses without impeding something else that may have been happening.
And you really don't want any bushes that drop their leaves.
Right,
Make a
right,
mess.
right, so,
And then what about the same thing at the pickleball?
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
The bubble on the,
Like, this is the far end, we were looking, you know, where we were.
Closest to the pavilion.
Right, close.
where they put the straw in.
With the straw,
There, and then the other.
and they got grass seed under that straw, so that's gonna go to grass.
Yeah. What kind of grasses do you have? Is it the pink newly or is it a different kind
The
of?
green, with white bloom, I don't know.
Okay,
And
I
once
don't even know
again,
what,
like a bubble.
what variety it is, I just
okay.
got some, dug it. Do you want some pink or colored grass?
Nope, I just, for the minutes, I was gonna
Okay.
say, that I'll just put ornamental grass.
Yeah, it's just a green ornamental grass.
Okay.
Short white blossom.
now, on the far end of the pickleball, what can we do there? Nothing, probably, because that's where people traverse, they go in the gate there.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
impede people, gangs of people are at that end.
yeah,
And they may put bleachers, because there's a gate. They haven't put up the door yet. Okay, yes, God. There's a gate on the pavilion end of the pickleball court where they added the new court. So yes, what you've got is good,
yeah, just keep it simple.
yes.
Cheryl, what do you think?
Whatever. I mean, if you, on that corner, if you wanted a larger grass there that grew up bigger than those small ornamentals, right? Because it's got that big fence that's growing up. There, no, yes. You want to talk something taller there? Which it might start going into the big, going through the fence into the big court. That would
Let's
be
start with something.
small.
Yeah, and if we, next year, we'll see what it looks like,
Yeah.
and if we think it needs more.
Well, what I was thinking is you could actually harvest some of that big pampas grass around the post office, which it is really needing that. Have you noticed how it's becoming a donut?
Yeah.
It will do, it, over time, if you don't thin that stuff, it dies in the middle and keeps spreading. If you look at what's there, you will see where it's beginning to donut out, and we could just
So you could do
kind of,
that.
oh yeah, you
and
could,
just-
you could steal some and it would actually be better for the plant in the long run.
You're so helpful.
They're not gonna want anything in the way. If you've ever been there when people are playing
Yeah.
pickleball,
I'm just talking about on that one corner.
Yeah.
You know, the one corner
Yeah,
where
right,
the, where
the
the
one
hay
that's-
is, if
right.
you wanted something taller there, you could certainly handle it aesthetically. Then you start getting something taller, it might start going through the fence,
Yeah.
and pickleball people aren't gonna like
no,
that.
they will not.
Well, could we use, the bigger ones to be put in front of the electrical box?
But it's not gonna hide the electrical box. I mean, the length of time you have in the summer that stuff is big would be the only time you're really hiding it. I got a pretty big fall cypress, if you wanted, you know what that is? A weeping yellow plant. It's probably this tall. I think I've got it in a 30-gallon bag. It wouldn't completely cover it up, but it would cover a lot. But now, if you really want to hide it, that pampas grass in the summer months would definitely hide it, because it, you know, that stuff, post office is getting what, 5 or 6 feet tall
Yeah.
in the peak of the summer, and then it stays that way. It stays that way until they cut it back in the winter.
What is the electrical box used for? I mean, if we go, we turn
No,
on the
no, no,
lights.
it's just your.
It's a
underground
meter.
utility box.
It was the meter box.
So I
And see,
like the idea.
Georgia Power doesn't even come to your house and read meters anymore, it's all electronic, but that's,
Maybe the false cypress would be better, because that's close to the pavilion
Mhm.
and, snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it goes to the,
Yeah.
that's a good hiding place for you. So I'm thinking the false cypress might be better there.
we can bring you a picture of the stuff at the next meeting, but y'all can come to my house and look at what we've got in the nursery down there.
Years ago, we were told, do not plant any trees around the pavilion because there's a septic drain field. And I don't know, is it in front of the pavilion or is it where you're talking about? But before you go digging around an electrical
Need to
box,
find, yeah. I bet that drain field is in the grassy area in front of
front.
the pavilion. It
probably,
wouldn't be, I mean, from that electrical box, you go steeply up that hill from there.
yeah,
So, there's the box.
oh, okay. Yeah, but if you're gonna be digging,
Oh, it's just like the other one, I get it marked before I get it.
yeah,
And there will be, or I have to get Jerry to get it marked, whatever it's,
Yeah.
city property, but he got the other one marked really quickly.
yeah.
A lot quicker than he thought he would, because
Okay.
he told me it was gonna be like the 23rd or something, and then it was like marked the next day, so.
Yeah. Could I ask one quick question about the ornamental grass you're talking about for the, in front of the pavilion? About how tall does it get?
The stuff that I've got, that you're welcome to if you want, will grow to about this tall grass, but I would say 2.5 feet, say 30 inches.
30 inches.
30 inches, but then when it puts on, just like that pampas grass, when it puts on the blossom
It'll be
in the
tall.
fall, it'll be, probably twice that tall, 60% tall.
Okay, great, thank you.
Does it change color in the fall? No.
What
it's
I've
just
got
stays.
really doesn't, I mean, it's gonna be very much like that
Okay,
stuff. That would be.
no, I think it's a perfect choice.
Now, we could put some hydrangea around that box. If you wanted something blooming.
But wouldn't that be water on a regular basis or?
Not after they're established, probably.
Might not.
But it does die, I mean,
Yeah,
it's deciduous.
it's gonna drop leaves and things.
For
like
your
that.
cypress. won't.
That false cypress
It's
will.
that green. Yeah. I kind of like that thought, because it does the green on.
It is winter too, yeah. Especially on a snowy day. Unbelievable. Well, so, I
And
mean,
then just to update you, the flowers aren't going to be added until May.
Yeah, after Mother's Day.
And the flowers are gonna be added where?
After May, sometime in May. In May. The front
Okay.
entrance and.
Oh, okay.
Parallel marks, yeah, that's them. So,
So I don't know when the additional boxes will be added at the post office, do we? Okay. Stand on this.
I think the last I heard from Holly, they were waiting to hear from the government, and still waiting, because they're the ones that have to say what's gonna happen there. Maybe they'll expand it. Or we all have to move.
Okay,
and we've got our answer from Jerry on the waterway. So.
They're just gonna take out those invasives and.
Okay.
And that will give the fish more room to swim.
Yeah.
we're doing a good thing.
It just won't make it look such a nice over here. Any other discussion on the projects we previously talked about last month? Under new business, I think I told you, I asked Mark to put some daylilies up on that, hill by the post office to help erosion, and he's been out what we have. And do those, and the other under new business, today when we were there, those 3 mountain laurels just look at, and one of them is fine, but what's happened, it's like they have, the center of them and about that high up, it's just all like, old, stems and 10,000 leaves have packed in there, and then they don't look real healthy.
Now, could they be just trimmed back and cleaned up, or are they old? Old, I mean, really old? I don't know.
I don't know if that can,
No.
if you
No, I
can
don't
see
think so.
what's down there.
Yeah.
This is where, up behind, up above the pavilion.
Between the pavilion and the
And the-
post office,
And the post
Okay.
office.
where the pampas grass is,
Mhm.
there are 3
Oh.
mountain laurels that aren't looking great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think we ask for any action to be taken on those, or what's your thoughts on those 3?
I think they should be replaced with something. I mean, because that doesn't look good, and it's not gonna look any better as the year goes on, as the summer comes. But, you know, Mountain Laurel is a native, right? And I just, can we take cuttings and save it for our Indian?
I mean, you could cut those back and they'll come back, but they're just gonna be slow to grow back. You know, especially the rhododendrons, like a lot of the older ones began falling over.
So
And
Donna.
I cut a lot in my yard back just to the root, and, 2 years later, they're beautiful young plants. Yeah, those are not healthy.
They're not happy.
What about just some elegans, rhododendrons?
They're hardy.
Sunny? The
regular rhododendron?
Is it too sunny there? That's cool.
I'll go back and look at it. I think you've got some kind of fungus growing down here.
On that one.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I think there's some disease in that plant.
You don't want to put anything else in there because it'll be in the soil.
So do we just right now have them take them out and, here's that, I don't know if this one shows. But there's. And but anyway, show down that. I don't know, do we just at this point take them out and, give them here before we put something else in?
Look very barren there for.
You've got trees in between, right?
Yeah, some dogwoods, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, they're not doing very well there.
They've got neighbors, they're living. Yeah.
So, I mean, it isn't like there'll be nothing there. Do you see in between there's a tree?
Ah, okay,
Okay.
that's the tree you're talking about.
And then there's. And there's another one between that one.
All right,
That
so,
doesn't all look like that. They all kind of got that.
Well, if we take them out, is it too much space between the trees just to have like an island of pine straw there? You have your trees there and just cover up the holes where they came from, just like a nice island of pine straw, just to keep it until we do something, until we figure out what we're gonna do. Or something simple.
Yeah, or just fill in the holes
Yeah,
and,
and then put pine straw or
yeah, around the
mulch, or
trees.
just mulch,
Yeah,
the whole strip there.
You're more familiar with fungus than I am, but my limited experience is if it's in the plant, it's probably in the soil.
Right.
And if you put another,
And frequently, it's just like that boxwood blight that we were talking about before, if it gets in the plant, it's kind of inside the plant, you can't spray it and get rid of it.
yeah,
Once it
How long-
infects the plant.
Well, do you have to leave the soil, before, or do you treat the soil? I mean, do we?
have to know what kind of fungus
Yeah,
it
you don't know
is.
what kind of fungus it is, and you
how
can
to
live for
treat it.
years and years and years. Now, are they close enough together, you could make like one bubble of a plant? No, they're just scattered out.
Yeah.
I just need, I'll drop by.
Yeah.
And see,
But,
are they far enough apart that you could put some sort of ornamental tree in there?
Well, we
got
have the
Just
two,
like those cherries or
we
something.
have the two Coosa dogwoods,
Okay,
and I'm with you, just take out the dead ones or the dying ones and
so
leave.
here's the whole.
Yeah,
they're scattered pretty
Yeah.
heavily.
yeah, so those are the three, and that's one of the,
Because dog was.
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna be long before they're kind of big enough to
Take over.
fill in the space.
yeah.
I think.
So let's just,
I mean, I almost say take them out and just let them go,
if his guys can
Right,
take
fill in the
those
holes and-
three out.
Right,
just let them.
No, we're gonna take three out. The other one looked, the fourth one looked okay.
okay. All right, so, because they do look pretty bad.
Okay,
Are they getting too much sun there?
Maybe.
That may be part of the problem, because they kind of like to grow under something
they don't
else.
be an understory.
I don't know, I mean, if you just drive around, you don't see a lot of mountain laurel just out in the open.
Right, you see it like
They may be getting,
tree
yeah.
and it's down
yeah,
here.
they may be getting too much sun to perform. I don't know that much about mountain laurel.
But that's a good thought, though.
Yeah.
Um,
They're an understory bush.
Mhm, mhm. I like that description.
What,
Understory, I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect description.
And, any other new business?
I don't know if this is new business or old business, but, the street corner I went by yesterday at Eagle and Driver, and I was curious to see what, because Debbie said that the garden club had planned. So there are, hostas coming up, but there was just a few. And when we lived over there, there was a big bar, you couldn't, the road was closed, and it always looked horrible. Now, I'm thinking maybe we could add a little more or something, or maybe it's too soon to tell to see what the hostas are gonna do.
you're talking that exit that goes out.
Yeah, right, because it just really doesn't look, yeah, it doesn't look good at all, but it's really too soon to see, because hostas are beautiful, in my opinion. And we never saw any deer over there, in which we know how they love hostas. But that's been, what, 15 years since we lived over there, so, I don't know, just, food for thought, you know, if we maybe could add some irises or something.
I don't think there's enough
Pretty
sun.
heavy shade.
Right,
That's
right.
pretty shady, right?
Yes, yes, you're right.
That's why they're hostas.
Yeah.
And it's too early, they haven't come up yet. I mean,
They
just-
have come up, but
They're just beginning.
yeah, they're kind of stiff.
Yeah, be patient.
All right, okay.
Impatient to do.
Yes, great idea.
All right, that was just an observation, and so.
And you're talking Driver Lane and Eagle, or the entrance?
The entrance.
Oh,
Now, did you-
okay,
Right.
but, okay, because they also did at this, what was, when you come in there, and if you're, turning then to
If
the
you're
right
going-
on Driver Lane.
Right, right, okay.
There, that intersection there where there's a stop sign, there was stuff done there also.
Okay, was it like daylilies or something, because, I didn't see, I didn't.
Cheryl and I were the they.
Okay.
And we put hostas.
Okay, they're there, but, Garden Club, remember, came and did
Oh,
a bunch of plantings.
okay.
So what it is, it was just to
And then the
the
stop sign.
Okay,
because I didn't, you know, of course, I was driving, I didn't get out, I was just like, okay, it's probably too soon to get a full evaluation of what may be needed there, but, or maybe not.
We'll have Garden Club look at, driver lane, and Eagle, because they're the ones that did that. And then also, they said I do Richmond too.
Thank you. That was my only observation.
No, yeah, the original's got out of the way.
Mhm.
That should be a pack of seven we have in the back, and I think it got 8 to 10.
Oh, good.
That might, you know, it doesn't do all the way around, at least a clump on the back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a few rocks to keep them in there, and keep them, you know, they're crazy.
Yeah. That would be good. It just seems like every time we put in Richmond's got out of the way.
Does it
they
have
just
any-
disappear.
Is that these sold?
We put all new soil, well, we put new soil last year.
Yeah.
You're talking about with those rocks on.
Yeah, yeah, the rock and the
the-
tree,
the
yeah,
big-
yeah, yeah.
Where you, yeah, we
Heard
heard
it, sharp, right, yeah.
sure.
Those coral bells are about the only thing that seems to last there.
Yeah,
They
and
seem.
they do fantastic, because we put the euchres in there, and we put hostas in there, we put columbine in there.
some,
We haven't done
Mountain
fern
laurel.
yet, we haven't done any fern yet.
no, but we did put several of the dwarf, mountain laurel, and they didn't make it either. So, yeah.
But
But you have tripax in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should. And believe it or not, when I was at Ingles, when they first opened the thing, they had some autumn fern.
Oh,
But
wow.
I didn't buy it. Because that's unusual to see them, but, I did have a few of them. But anyway, but we'll let the garden club work on those. That would be good, yes. And get the Pakistan. And,
Just small molding them up, put them in somewhere so we'll have them ready.
okay. You need pots, ready to go. And I know Debbie, you talked to Debbie Davis about getting daylilies.
Daylilies and hostas, she said, take as many as you want.
Okay.
So,
She said she didn't have to be there when we got them.
no, she does not want to be here. She does not want to have to dig.
Where would we put daylilies?
Yeah, I think the initial offer was for the rock at Rescue. If you don't need them, we don't have to have them, but wherever you want or need daylilies, they're in the shade, so they're not blooming.
Right.
So she said they need a new home. So if the garden club would like to relocate them, or if you want hostas for either Ridgepole at Sky Valley Way or any other place, she said, help yourself.
Maybe
And where are
she,
these located?
They are on Scotland Lane and actually Covered Bridge Road where if you go down, Covered Bridge turns to the right and Scotland Lane then goes forward.
Yeah, all the way to the end.
So if you go to the very end, there's a house there, and I don't know the house number. But the house has been there for years and years, and the original owners planted these things, and they've just never done well. So the current owners are saying,
Get them out.
please relocate them.
maybe they would, if we don't have a place for them, we could relocate them and give them to the garden club, and we could use that as a fundraiser for the garden club.
So,
Yeah, that's a pain. But still, I mean, yeah, you can, I think we made a couple $100 off my irises, because they weren't getting any sun anymore.
I've got bunch of irises, I'm digging up, throwing away, do. But they haven't bloomed in a couple of years.
I know, what's with
How long
that?
has it
I
been?
don't understand
How
it.
long has it been
I haven't
since you
divided them.
thinned them?
I haven't divided them. I did
That's
it
the
one
problem.
time, yeah.
See, those iris will only bloom on a new frond.
Uh-huh.
And when it gets so thick, it's not putting out any new fronds.
Right.
Okay.
You won't get any iris.
Well, I would dig them up,
That's
so
that's
maybe.
not my problem with
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just haven't
If you-
bloomed it.
And they
Someone else
look
said they were.
I think if you'll thin them,
Yeah.
you'll find that they'll start blooming again, because they'll start,
I got burned.
they're kind of like that grass, they start spreading out from,
Well, that's
And
what
that
happened
new-
to mine.
and fronds, probably the wrong word, I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about, the new leaves, yeah, those rhizomes shoot out, and when those new leaves come up, most like bearded iris or whatever, will be like a pond frond. That will bloom this year.
Yeah.
It'll never bloom again, but it'll stay there and keep growing and keeping you from it. I think if you thin them, you'll find
Maybe.
they will, and probably bloom for you
I think the irises at the mailbox are going to be fine.
until they need to be thin.
I just planted them last year.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just like, and, we had yellow and purple, more white than anything, but you're right, they just planted them last year. So, I don't know why yours aren't,
Yeah.
if you're not, you
And
know,
then
They
sun,
haven't,
yeah, because ours has medium sun.
Must have lots of
Yeah.
sun.
Started out with.
What happened is I thinned them to put them at the big rock.
And did they
Ever
bloom
since
for
I
a little
did
while?
that, they haven't done.
They're not-
they're not, yeah, they're not loud.
Are they getting a lot of sun?
Hmm?
Are they getting sun?
That's just crazy.
That makes no
Don't
sense.
know. But anyway, okay. So, no other new business?
I just remember, I probably got 4 or 5 knockout roses in 5 or 10 gallons. Would that work around the pickleball court or anything?
Do they
I'll
have
be the
thorns?
rock.
Oh, yeah, they have thorns.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just talking about with it, with the hay is now out in there. Keep people from wandering around. That's fine. That's the reason I said don't put it in the mix, because they are,
That would be beautiful to do.
I mean,
Just
they're
have a
pretty
little
from afar.
Island with,
They want,
have an island with like 3 roses, that would be beautiful.
at the new,
Yeah,
the new big
somewhere.
one.
Somewhere.
I can do
I
that.
don't know.
And they
If
probably
yeah,
grow in
that's
that
soil.
area clay.
Like
They probably
Minnesota
would.
area, yeah.
So let me see what I can do tilling up and digging.
What you
and-
find, yeah.
and then next meeting, or I'll get you guys to drive by and look and see what we, but I dug out my rock raffle, so I'll go down there and do some plowing and plow up some rocks, and, I mean, it's
Greenhouse.
rocky.
It's getting bigger. Your greenhouse, how big is it?
20 by 30.
Is that the end towards the road? Is that the end of your house towards the road, or is it down somewhere?
It's down behind the house, you
Okay,
can,
yeah.
you could actually see it from
Yeah.
here if you look it up. But it's all the way, it's
Yeah.
the level below our basement, as a matter of fact. So it doesn't do great. I have to give it a lot of light because it's on the north side, so I don't get a lot of light. I have to supplement the light this time of year and through the winter, so.
Okay, and talking about our next meeting, do we want to set a date for our next meeting? Do we want to see what's happening? We want to look for,
We want spring and warm weather.
Yes.
Flowers.
A few more days and it looks like it's in the 60s, 60-40,
And hopefully,
for at least the next 10 days after that, so maybe that's it, hopefully.
So 4 weeks from now is May 2. That's a Thursday.
do we want to wait before or after Mark does plantings?
I'd say after, because then we can evaluate what he's gonna do, what's done, if anything needs to be changed. That makes sense.
You want to try the 20th?
When's it gonna plant, do you know, or?
I think the week of the 20th.
The week of,
May 20th.
well, sometime the 13th, it could be the 13th.
As early as
Mondays
the
well, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be out of town from the 18th to the 24th. 18th to the 20th,
There's coming in, not more.
Would you wanna do the 16th? When's the 16th?
That's a Thursday.
May 16th.
So it's given April, but this is April.
What do you think on that?
On the 16th?
Mhm.
I'm good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
It's day after chemo. I'm good.
Oh, how'd she do?
She did well yesterday while we were there. She has to keep a pump on for 2 days following that. So she sits around with a lunch bag, with a IV bag in it for 2 days and gets the pump. But she's doing really well, surprisingly.
How long has she been on the chemo?
This was the 4th treatment, so she's been on 8 weeks.
Okay.
So
What time, Cheryl, 1:00?
Do you wanna do the 1 p.m. Thursday?
Yeah.
And here at City Hall
Or
at
if
the
we,
pavilion, if it's available.
No reservations right now for anything.
okay, so what do you feel, here or at the pavilion?
Well, he's gonna be pulling up the stuff, and will we have the stuff planted yet, the grass?
the grass, yeah,
It's too soon after.
no, I mean, the grass I can start putting in right now.
Yeah, well.
I mean, it's gonna be
There,
dead,
it's still there.
but it's gonna be, at least you can
Yeah.
see. But now, what you're pointing is each of those posts are just kind of bubble with several, I mean, these grasses, when they get mature, they're gonna be nothing like what's at the post office. But, they'll make a clump, bigger than this notebook.
Okay.
So puts just several out around each post, and then we can yank them out if it's too many, or.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now, not each post, we're talking.
The
just
corner posts,
the
the
corner
corner posts, the 2 corner posts.
And
Because we're just gonna have
Sharon,
a
is that
3/4
okay?
circle around.
Yeah.
If there's,
But
Do you want to take my drawing with you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we're just gonna start like, if we take the post and maybe go up 4-foot arc and go back until we hit the concrete and come around until we. Right?
okay, don't plant it on the outside of the arc.
No, it's gonna be a bed on the inside.
Inside of the arc, yes, okay.
We probably, if it's a 4-foot arc, we just probably center them out at about 2 feet.
Yeah,
Perfect.
good.
And just try to circle around and, the 16th, they're not gonna look great. I mean, they might be beginning to turn green, but they're gonna have to get established.
Okay, Cheryl, does Mark come on a regular basis? Is that? Okay, so he would have come already and removed those bushes that we're talking about. I then definitely want to meet there.
Sure, Jerry will have the
Yeah,
trashy bushes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 bushes those 3 mountain laurel,
Mhm.
you just want them gone.
I think so, yeah, especially if,
I'll see
We
what
all think
I'm
that
doing
they're-
while I'm down there.
okay.
I mean, if they're really big, we might have to ask Jerry to bring a piece of equipment over there or something.
Oh, you mean the Laura, Mark's guys will get them out.
Oh, okay,
Mark's guys.
that's good.
You've got enough on your.
I didn't realize
Yes.
that was in his area. that he-
It seems to be
But
very
if
common.
you might point out to him that pampas is gonna really need to be thin here in a year or two, this year or something, because it is really beginning to, what I call donut out, where it spreads. And if he digs them out and he saves them, he'll save what he digs out, we can plant those somewhere else. If you got a spot for
Yeah, that's the challenge.
it, we want having a spot for it.
Yeah.
The only new croquet court.
I thought that was such a great idea.
Will
That got
they,
shut down.
would they actually help with erosion on that hill?
Oh, yeah.
You could load that hill up with that Pappas grass. It'd actually be pretty going through there, I think.
Because it looks barren, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else, it's 2:09, we will adjourn. See everyone on May 16th, 1 o'clock at the pavilion.